The rain fell hard in Lagos, making the streets muddy and wet. The city was loud with car horns and shouting vendors, but Godwin, only 21, barely heard it. Life had been tough since his parents died in a car crash 3 years ago. They left him with nothing but an old school certificate and a small room he couldn't pay for. Soon, he was homeless. During the day, Godwin walked through busy markets, asking shopkeepers for work. "Please, sir, can I clean your shop?" "I'll work cheap," he'd say. Sometimes, he got small jobs and earned enough for a little food or water. Other times, people just ignored him. At night, he slept on benches or under broken market stalls by the lagoon, where mosquitoes bit his legs. Hunger was always with him. Some days, he only had a sachet of water to drink. He thought about stealing food once, but felt too ashamed. "I won't do that," he told himself. "I can't." One rainy night, soaked and cold, he sat by the road, whispering, "Is this my life now?" He felt hopeless, like the world had forgotten him. That same night, a woman walked by, carrying bags of food from the market. Mrs. Aisha Ibrahim, 65, saw Godwin shaking in the rain. She'd lost her husband years ago and raised her kids alone by sewing clothes. Now, her kids were grown, and she liked helping people when she could. "Young man," she called gently, "have you eaten today?" Godwin looked up, too shy to speak. He shook his head. She reached into her bag and pulled out a loaf of soft bread and a bowl of vegetable soup wrapped in cloth. "Here, eat this." Godwin's hands shook as he took the food. The bread was warm, and the soup tasted so good he almost cried. "Thank you, Ma," he mumbled, tears in his eyes. She looked at him and said, "You can't stay in this rain. Come with me." Godwin wasn't sure. In Lagos, people didn't help for free. But her voice was kind, like his mother's used to be. He grabbed his small bag and followed her. They walked to her small house in Marina. It had old wooden floors, family pictures on the walls, and mango trees outside. It wasn't fancy, but it felt warm and safe. For the first time in a long time, Godwin felt like he belonged somewhere. Days turned into weeks. Mrs. Aisha, who Godwin now called Mrs. Aisha, gave him a small room in her house. In return, he helped with chores, fetching water, fixing broken things, cleaning the yard. It wasn't just work, it felt like family. One night, while eating beans and plantain, Mrs. Aisha said, "Godwin, life is like a circle. When you're kind or work hard, it comes back to you. Maybe not now, but someday." Her words stuck with him. No one had ever believed in him like that. She taught him more than chores. She showed him how to wake up early, plan his day, and stay strong even when life was hard. She told him to save the little money he earned carrying loads at the market. With her help, he started evening classes, using his old school certificate. He began to dream again of a better life. At night, he studied by a kerosene lamp in her living room. "Mrs. Aisha," he'd say, "one day, I'll make you proud." She'd smile and nod. As Godwin's life got better, Mrs. Aisha's got harder. She was now 75, and her eyes were cloudy from cataracts. Her back hurt from years of sewing. Her small business, where she made clothes, wasn't doing well anymore. Her hands shook too much to sew, and customers stopped coming. Bills piled up. Then, a big rain came. Floods filled her house, ruining furniture and pictures. Her sewing machine, which she'd used for years, was destroyed. She had no money to fix the house. One night, looking at an old photo of her husband, she whispered, "I can't keep this house." She sold it to a stranger through an agent, packed her things, and moved to a tiny room in mile 12. She ate simple meals, like Gary with thin soup, and lived in a noisy, dirty place. "Life's circle," she said sadly. "Maybe it's left me behind." But she prayed every night, always saying Godwin's name, hoping he was okay. Years passed. Godwin, now 35, was successful. He started a delivery business with trucks moving goods all over Nigeria. He wore nice clothes and met important people. But Lagos was loud and tiring, and he wanted a quiet home. His agent found a house in Marina, an old bungalow with mango trees. "It needs work, but it's special," the agent said. Godwin visited and felt something familiar. "I like it," he said, and bought it right away. Workers fixed the house, painting walls and mending the roof. One day, they found a box in the attic with old photos, Mrs. Aisha with her husband, her sewing shop, and a picture of a young Godwin holding a book. Godwin's heart stopped. He checked the sale papers. The seller was Aisha Ibrahim, Mrs. Aisha. He realized this was her house, the one that saved him years ago. Tears filled his eyes. "How did I not know?" he said, holding the photo tightly. That night, Godwin couldn't sleep. He had to find her. The next day, he asked neighbors in Marina. "Mrs. Aisha?" "She moved to mile 12 after the floods," one said. "Life was hard for her." Godwin went to mile 12, asking around the busy market. Finally, someone pointed to a small room. He knocked softly. "Who's there?" a weak voice asked. "It's Godwin, Ma." "You're Godwin." The door opened. Mrs. Aisha's eyes were cloudy, but she smiled when she saw him. "My boy." They hugged, both crying. Her room was small and bare, with just a mat and a stove. It hurt Godwin to see her like this. He told her, "Ma, I bought your house in Marina. I didn't know it was yours until I found your photos." She gasped. "That's God's work." "No, Ma," Godwin said. "It's the circle you taught me. You gave me a home. Now I'll give yours back." Godwin worked fast. He got lawyers to return the house to Mrs. Aisha. He fixed it up, new roof, fresh paint, a new sewing corner. He paid for doctors to help her eyes and health. When the house was ready, he drove her back to Marina. The bungalow looked beautiful, with green mango trees and bright flowers. "Welcome home, Mrs. Aisha," he said. She cried, holding his hand. "Thank you, my son." Neighbors came to see, whispering about the boy she helped who now helped her. That evening, they sat in the garden, eating mangoes as the breeze blew softly. "Do you remember what I said?" she asked. Godwin smiled. "Yes, Ma. Life is a circle. Kindness comes back." In busy Lagos, where life is hard, their story showed something true. One kind act can change everything, circling back years later with love and hope.